basically, I always think of this when I'm like trying to build like a company or, my, systems or everything. The biggest thing you don't want to do is build on faulty blocks. And like so many times, especially because I'm a fairly like overzealous person, like I'll, work really hard and try, like I'll be all in on something. You know what I mean? I
want to say just to the YouTube comments, enjoy that one.
What do you call it?
Zealous?
Well,
hey, I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling the comments section.
Over Zionist over here. Policing my speech.
Oh, cancel culture brigade's here.
Speech police. But like, I think that whenever you're sort of like building something, it's like, it's so easy to kind of be like, okay, you know what? This isn't the right fit. Just like, whatever, keep going. This isn't the right fit. But like, you know what? Whatever. We got to get this done. Yeah. It's like the construction workers that got to get the project wrapped up. You know what I mean?
That's the best analogy.
You just want to keep moving forward, right? But it's like there's so many blocks on the foundation of like all the things that people have been like made you have to think over the last year that it's just such a mess, right? So now that the World War III is happening,
yep,
they basically said that transgender people, because how it started is they basically said if we're drafting people, right? And the first part of it is like a lot of millennials can't get drafted because they're like too fat and mental illnesses and like, apparently it's like fucking crazy.
First off, I had no idea about this. By
You'd be getting drafted after your fast. That'd be a fucking ironic. You do your fast and then they draft you.
Goes, hey, you're draft worthy. Well,
it's only 25 though, and we're not Americans.
But but no, you actually would be eligible because you have a green card.
That makes you eligible?
Yeah.
Well, luckily I'm a fucking old man.
You're an immigrant.
What's that? You're doing a draft?
A draft now? Is that for World War I?
Yeah.
But here's the thing I didn't realize, okay? They say this, so there's this, the Senate Armed Service or whatever, and they say any 18-year-old in America has to sign up for this. Every male 18-year-old in the whole country.
Yeah, but most of them don't qualify.
I don't know, but they say you have to regardless to put on the list.
I think what happens is you go in and they have like, too fat, trapdoor.
Sure, but I messaged my girlfriend this morning. I was like looking at this, and then I messaged my girlfriend's brother, who's American. I go, did you sign up for this? He goes, what? Of course not. I don't think anybody actually signs up for this.
I was thinking that too. I know what you mean.
I messaged him this morning. I go, did you sign up to enlist in the draft?
The same reason when they send me my census reports to figure out, they're like, if you don't file this out, we're going to come to your door and it's going to be bad news. And I go, yeah, come to my door then, pal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I fucking wish a motherfucker
This is
would.
the thing, for selective service. And I messaged him. I go, did you sign up for selective service when you're 18? And he goes, no.
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean.
And I guarantee you, we don't know one person who has. Let alone, like, they're saying it's this is the ultimate bullshit because they go, it's mandatory for every 18-year-old American to sign up for this. It's like, nobody signs up for this.
I can't imagine doing that, yeah.
Imagine if they actually need to and they go, that's like when they go, yeah, Russia just dropped a nuke, so let's look at this list. And they go,
oh, no.
Huh, where is everybody?
Yeah. The problem is they don't have any people because everyone's too fat and, like, fucking mental. Everyone's fat and mental. Yeah. But the funniest part was when they were doing the draft stuff, people caught wind of to get mad at that if you're a man and you trans into a woman, you still have to do.
Yeah, so they go that.
All of a sudden, when they're doing the draft, they could tell what they all of a sudden know what the gender was.
Well, they go full Zelensky on you. They go nah.
Right.
We appreciate all your stuff, but we're still going to...
Honestly, you're such a woman. You're more a woman than us. In fact, you're such a more of a woman. We're going to let you fight with the boys.
Grab this rocket launcher, pal. I mean, ma'am.
Yeah. But it is... Because it almost... There's a couple things. It almost proves that, they kind of know that they're lying. Because, they know that they kind of don't really see the world the way they say they see it. Because you're like... You go, why do they have to go to the draft then? If it's a woman, they go, just shut up. Fucking... Yeah,
and again, because America has actually, in somewhat recent memory, had this issue where they did have a draft. Like, we're, I guess, one generation away from them actually doing a draft and sending people to go die in another country.
Crazy.
Right? Which is nuts. So then...
Probably the end of feminism.
And imagine in Vietnam War, all you have to do is, like, no offense to trans people, but throw a wig on. Like, it would just been instead of moving to Canada, you'd be like, I put a wig on. You go, okay, you can't draft me. So they go, look, we can't allow this, like, to be that's the out. But like, you have to go to jail in Canada.
But it's the same argument for the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Someone's just gonna put a wig on and try to go to the girls' bathroom? Like they're making all the same arguments.
Sure.
Did you see what I'm saying?
Did you see who they were quoting in this piece?
No.
Dude, it was like fucking Matt Walsh. So this piece,
Daily Mail.
Matt Walsh from the
Yahoo Finance.
Daily Wire, Matt Walsh, and Ramsey Paul was like who Yahoo Finance was quoting.
I also thought it was a little strange.
I go like
Yahoo
super based.
Quotes Ramsey Paul.
Ramsey Paul and Matt Walsh in this article. Like generally you think it'd be like, let's see what Vice has to say about this.
Sure. Yeah, so all their things kind of come to a halt when it. Yeah, but the next answer is like, if you're gonna say, well, they're women, the obvious real answer would be like, well, why don't women have to get drafted? Like, there's no way to end this without women getting drafted. It's like, if there's people getting drafted, either feminism's done or women get. I'll tell you what, if they do a draft and women like don't have to participate in the draft, that's the end of hearing any yapping about fucking equality for the next 20 years.
Unless they get drafted for the war effort, like they did kind of. They never got drafted for the war effort.
They get drafted to have to go like
make bullets or something.
Sweaters or whatever. Yeah, service the man.
Something. But if they just get to do their shit and wait for you to come home and you're like...
How funny would that be, though, if you were like a dude that had a chick that you were just like so sick of and you wanted out of the thing and then she got drafted? Like, that's so funny.
That'd be money.
Your chick gets drafted and it's like a fucking... like a, clubby, like makeup OnlyFans girl just gets drafted. That's so funny.
Or you just hate your girl so much that she's like, just put on the wig and you won't have to go. And he goes, I love this country.
That's probably a lot of people loved the country to get away from the. Honestly, I love this country.
Yeah, they're all just in Vietnam being like, fuck, this is better than what I had at home. Let me tell you.
Chilling with the boys.
Shot at all day by Charlie, then I have to listen to her fucking drone on about whatever bullshit she was on.
The guy who joins the war efforts to get away from the wife is so funny. That's what the government's like. Women, we want to do a national emergency. We're going to need you to nag your husband extra much this month. They get all the women in a room and they're like, listen, this is you doing your part. Nag him so much that it'll seem pretty good to go to the war.
Genius.